Alright, so welcome back to the episode of Danganronpa with Chuck Abby Havoc. We're in the final trial, aka the redo trial, basically. Since we're redoing Mukuro's trial, so let's do this shit. The existence of the bio lab, could you be talking about?
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What one thing?
That's what I'm wondering, Makoto.
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
Oh shit. What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message. So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Maybe it's all down. I can't let it get to me. Just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the bio lab. Yeah, bruh. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. Back to soul. Teach this motherfucker a lesson. Inconsistency has to be one area where the numbers just don't match.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? 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 What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
Damn it! Just
I refuse to give up yet!
Got to do that temple shit over again.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
This should prove it!
Yeah. I didn't even notice that one.
The inconsistency Hyoko's talking about is... the lights!
Yup.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
I wonder why you're a fucking idiot.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why? That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it...
And just become clear, right? He is solved in his business. I could die first. Then it was Muko. Then it was Leon. Then it's the hero. Next was Mondo. Kaga was after, and then including right afterwards. Oh, sorry about that. Then it was the last. Then it was Sakura. And now it's finally Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
No.
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murderers?
Basically, that's why we're explain that. Maybe only 9 murders actually take place. No wait. Sorry for
Shoot.
that. Fuck. Alright.
I got it!
Same person died twice.
What about if the same person was killed twice?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
Yeah.
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Oh, so Mukuro was disguised initially. Damn, bro.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious.
It's become obvious, and besides, you know who that person is, Moshua, since you're the person that killed her initially. And for breaking one of your so-called school regulations.
Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
They're totally delusional, dumbass.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered.
No, that's wrong.
Idiot. Get out there.
Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, when she was killed by those
Well,
spears.
remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Bro, why would that still alive people? Like, can you really believe that? There's no way that you get to fall back. It's so alive.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
No, that's wrong. No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Lord. They look like they died, but it's still alive. What person that could be? I think
Here's my answer.
I think it'd be Junko because
Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Remember, Mukuro's injuries are similar to Junko's. If you look at it.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
Oh shit.
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Oh, you mentioned it. My daddy said something out of Junko's life body. I touch her wrist and check her pulse. Like they do in movies and stuff, but he really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I did check out absolutely, and I can say
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
Still, if she were still alive, could it be that Junko's not the only one that died? If it wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely. Sure, maybe you're such a trick.
Understand? That's it! What if she switched places with someone else?
Switched places?
That's right! Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
No, it's gotta be before
Good
that.
point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
That was the way we also explained.
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
Then we'd already met her?
I had like a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
Nothing to say, huh, Monokuma?
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
You did that. You were investigating. Well, you did, but I was like, you're the only one because we always figured it out.
Shoot!
Good.
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster,
Yeah, Monquest has set your ass up, Makoto.
you made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up!
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, It would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
Nah, you're the one that set it up, Monkura. You're the one that caused the power outage. Well, it wasn't fluke. Mastermind definitely orchestrated the power outage. That's the way they tried to do it too much. Mastermind tried to cover it up because you know that. Oh, we have to do this shit again with Monkura?
Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about? What do you want? That's impossible!
Fuck.
What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
This should prove it.
Yeah, bro. Take that,
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Uh-oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
Yeah.
What's so unusual about them?
Probably. Oh yeah, the fact that Junko's face was covered each and every time.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face. It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet.
Yeah.
With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
You just say that because you got back into the corner. So.
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything. Right now.
Right. Yikes.
Here's exactly what happened. We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko and Oshima.
Damn it. Have to try again, bro. Oh boy. This was incredibly tough.
The killer is you!
Oh, okay.
Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue, until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same.
In reality,
She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder, and the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima!
Oh shit. Damn.
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Busted.
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
You're busted, bro. Your ass is busted.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
You know what? I'm gonna have to. I know I might be an asshole for this, but I'm saving it for the next video, yeah, guys. Just to hype you guys up for the reveal. I know it's supposedly Junko, quote unquote, but the next episode, let's see if it's actually true. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.